In this video, we will tackle the service value mix, the 7 Ps in a Porsche, using Porsche as an example. So overall, we look back to the traditional marketing mix, namely product, price, place, and promotion. And if we look at Porsche, this will be the product, for example, the range of models of cars that they sell. Then the price, this varies. You can look at very expensive quality cars in terms of price. You need to dish out a lot of money to drive a Porsche vehicle. And then place would refer to, for example, the Porsche dealership where you plan to purchase your new model. And then the promotion would be the advertisements or any promotional activities in an effort to sell or create visibility for this brand. So although these 4 elements are still quite valuable, they are too narrow to describe or attribute this to services marketing. Hence, we need to expand this into process, people, physical evidence, or the environment as well. So again, we will have a look at Porsche so that you can understand these value mix or the 7 Ps in terms of Porsche. So process. This refers to the procedures, mechanisms, and flow of activities and operations by which the service is delivered. What is the applicable examples for Porsche? So this starts with designing a new model, for example, the 911, the Coupe, or any other type of Porsche model. So it starts with the design of this product. Then it moves into production. And to shorten this explanation, it moves from the design production to where you as a customer can visit a Porsche website or branch and purchase the vehicle. And then there's also the process of selling this vehicle to an individual. So the customer will go into the dealership, you will discuss the specs or the different models, discuss the price, and then also do the financing and all of that. And eventually you sign the contract, and then they deliver the vehicle to you. What is the physical evidence or physical environment? It's the environment in which the services are delivered and where the customer interaction during the service encounter takes place. So where do you interact? It can be online, it can be at the dealership, at the service center. This is the physical environment. But we also need to look at the evidence part. So it's the facilities design, the equipment, the signage, the corporate dress, annual reports, guarantees, the business cards, financial statements. These are some examples that really provides evidence of the existence of this company. So it's any tangible component that facilitates performance or communication of the service. And in the prior video with the 5 factors that distinguish services marketing from product marketing, these are the elements that a service organization or a company with a service element can really focus and get a competitive advantage. If you have an extraordinary facility design, the layout is clean and proper, the equipment is of high standard, the signage is visible, people can easily find your dealership, you are dressed professionally and approachable, your annual reports are up to date, and you have sufficient guarantees, business cards, financial statements, and so on. This is how you build your brand to stand out from your competitors. In terms of the Porsche dealership, it can also be the dealership. So they have the layout of the cars inside the dealership where you can see these are the different models available. Then you have the example of the logo, the Porsche emblem, basically on any car that recognizes this car or differentiates this car. And it's also down to the design because Porsche vehicles are designed quite uniquely to competitors. And then if you have an employee and they dress in jeans and slacky dress wear or anything like that, and they are not approachable, then it will hinder the experience potential customers because this creates a general first impression and they should be dressed neatly and match the company or brand that you are trying to build and portray. And then there's also a reference to the reports in terms of the amount of employees that they employ, 36,359. Also the sales revenue. So this is specific figures for a specific year. So this is just evidence of the existence of the company and their success. If stakeholders or shareholders need to decide whether they will continue to invest, then they would like access to these reports. Then the people aspect. It is all aspects of employee involvement in service delivery. It is not the customer. This relates to the business perspective, so it's any employee involvement. So it includes managing interaction with customers, employee recruitment, training, motivation, rewards, and teamwork. So it's also an internal process to ensure that the employees perform as you would expect to build a unique brand. So it concerns all of the people that play a part of service delivery process and who can influence the customer's perception. So if we refer back to the example where a salesperson is dressed formally versus just casually, and then which one do you think will create a better perception? So if we look at Porsche as an example, the top management basically is the CEO, Oliver Bloom, since 2015. And then we also refer to, at the bottom picture, this is a dealership, and then you have the front desk employee, the service center employee, the salesperson. Those are your first contact, and this can be in the physical dealership, the office. It can also be via email. If you send Porsche via the Contact Us on the website, then this is the first contact that you have, and that interaction needs to be top notch. Then also via telephone, media, even social media. So any employee involvement, communicating with customers using these channels. So it can be employee involvement from the sales, or where people inquire about the different models or services offered by Porsche. For example, they just want to take their car for a service and they try to find out what is the 15K service and so on. And then up until the sales and after service, very important, of the service process. Next, there will be a video which is linked in the description of this video that explains how unique the Porsche brand is and how willing they are to help even the oldest of gentlemen with a Porsche diesel tractor with a part that was missing. And then in that video, you can look at the evidence of the people, for example, the admin or the sales person that answered the phone, then the supervisor that is in the video as well, to find out which part this bloke is talking about. And then the physical evidence of they had to retrieve the files from the archives. And then it's also taking place in the dealership, and they prepare for this person to bring their tractor in to be serviced. And at the end of the day, he drives off with a new Porsche because of the care that Porsche employees took over him. So they made sure that he is satisfied with his tractor. And then if you watch that video, perhaps you can see if you can highlight the 7 Ps in that video. And that is 7 Ps in a Porsche. Talking about the product, the price, the place, promotion, process, people, physical evidence, or environment applied to Porsche. So hopefully you understand what the extended marketing mix is all about and how to apply this to your service center. Thanks for watching.